Top of the morning. I'm running a little late, man. I know y'all used to getting these right out the gate. I switched it up this morning, y'all. I got normally I have the fish in here, tuna or sardines, oysters, chicken breast today. I got a boiled egg in there. See my boiled egg. All right, let's get started, man. So, Jimmy Kimmel got canceled over the Charlie Kirk joint, right? But Charlie Kirk's wife has, hey, what's going on? Uh-oh, they in here early today, huh? We getting started early today, huh? But Charlie Kirk's wife, man, says she forgives the shooter, man. Nobody cares. Kimmel is back. Beetlejuice. I'm not Beetlejuice. I'm not Beetlejuice, man. Oh, I don't have my... Man, where's my name badge at? Hold on. Address me as me. I'm not Beetlejuice. Yeah. Address me as me, man. Right? Mike Hawk. Address me as me. I'm not Beetlejuice. Michael Hawk, if that's your real name. Nas, what up? Hit that like button. Nah, I'm not a normal size Beetlejuice. You're a normal size racist, Mike Hawk. You're a racist that try to say all black people look alike. How's that sound? Right? You're a racist white boy. Right? You heard? You are a racist white boy that sits online and jumps in chats. How does that sound? Racist white boy? That's why you're wearing orange, because you're a Trump supporter. Nah, I'm wearing orange is because this is my work uniform. It has nothing to do with Trump. I don't look like Beetlejuice, dude. Nothing at all. Beetlejuice's eyes are like this. Are my eyes like this? No. Beetlejuice has a whole bunch of missing tooth. I have a chip tooth. Right? Beetlejuice is a dwarf. You're just a racist redneck white boy that sits online, and you probably look like Now I'm gonna be like you. I'm gonna just categorize you. Cause you know you got a fake avatar up there, Mike Hall. So you probably look like Shaggy from Scooby Doo, right? Do you look like Shaggy from Scooby Doo? What is the least celebrated holiday in a black people? Man, yo, Daniel, they over here, man. I told you, my channel's growing. My channel was growing. That's why the trolls be over here. See, I don't even cater to the weirdo activity. Yeah, there we go. Bruce, get him up out of here. Salute, Bruce. See? My moderators are on deck, man. My moderators are on deck. My moderators are on deck. Chill, Shaggy. Yo, get Mike Hawk up out of here. Mike Hawk is Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. But let me get to my topic, right? So Charlie Kirk's wife forgives K-Dot, Kyle, the shooter, right? Appreciate that, Bruce. Right? She forgives the shooter, right? Now I've seen a lot of people speaking on this, right? But if you go off of what Charlie believed as a Christian, right? Because he was Christian, right? That is what she was supposed to do, right? That is the Christian way. 10 in the building. How do y'all feel about that before I move on? How do y'all feel about that, man? Did she do the right thing? Right? She's a Christian. That is the Christian way. To forgive. Right? You have to have forgiveness in your heart. Right? Erica is a better person than me. I don't think I could forgive that. A lot of people feel the same way you do. But I think, me personally, from this different research and watching Charlie's work, I think that's what Charlie would have wanted her to do too, though, man. Charlie was a firm. I'm looking for the word that they be using in the media now, in the news. He was a Christian national, right? That's what I think they're using it, saying Christian national. He was a Christian national, man. He was like. That was his thing, man. So I think that he would want his wife, wherever he's at now in the essence, in the heavens, right? He would want his wife to forgive. Even though he was taken out so graphically and violent, man. Right? That was like, I'm telling you, that was modern day JFK, Martin Luther King type-ish, man. He was assassinated, man. And then what made it like modern day is how it was just broadcasted everywhere, man. Yes, good morning, 301. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. But Erica forgives him, man. Erica forgives him. K-Dot. T, what up, good brother? It was shocking. I don't think our minds are meant to see that so close up and at all. Look, it was like that was like something out of a movie. We watch these movies. We watch these Hollywood movies with that graphic type of killing and all of that. But never in real life. That was real life. There was no acting in that, man. There was no acting. I'm in Nova Scotia. Oh, man. Nova Scotia. Is it snowing up there yet? Yeah, is it snowing up there yet? How cold is it up there? Shout out to Adam. Why not? Right? That's your name, why not? Shout out to you. I gotta go get some ice. I'm gonna get some ice while I'm here. I came in the yard to dump. Mike A said we've been desensitized to seeing violence. I agree. With movies like The Purge, all these graphic killings, It's just savagery. You know? I agree, Mike. It's getting cold as hell now. I know it is. I know it is. That is the Great North, man. You are in the Great North, man. You are beyond the wall. I was up there, man. I drove to Quebec City. Quebec City, man. First time crossing the border. I drove. It wasn't that cold. It was like last August. But they said, well, in about another month, they was like, it gets cold. It was cool during the night. Let me get some ice. Let me get some ice while I'm here. You said the news and social media does. It does. It does, Mike. It does. You're right. But that's how we are programmed. That's how we are programmed. See, look, you want to know why I had the orange on? Look, that's why. That's how we are programmed. We didn't start the fire. Yeah, look, we got the good water. Look, when I work by the yard, I don't never buy water. Right? When I'm working by the yard, I never buy water. Raul, what's going on? I never buy water when I'm working by the yard because you don't have to. See that cooler right there? You just fill up your drink. Back to the road, y'all. Look. Back to the road. Back to the road. Now y'all wondering why I got on the cowboy hat. Because this is my horse right here. I'm in my horse. Yeehaw! All right, let me check out the chat. Let me check out the chat. Let me check out the chat, man. Iron Horse, yes. Naughty Noodles. This is my street sweeper. Yeah, this is my street sweeper. My street sweeper. Yeehaw! Hit that like button, y'all. That's smooth right there. That is real smooth. On the rocks. That's on the rocks. Alright, let me get back over here and tackle some more of this debris out here. You know what I mean? See, when you working on the south end, you gotta come all the way over here to dump. So what I try to do is, I try to take my breaks here, right? And it's easier to do that when you have when you come in with your food. See, I didn't need to go nowhere because I still had half of that bag of spinach, and I hooked my salad up already. I had the boiled egg in there, spinach salad, you know, with turkey breast. Normally, you know me, I do the sardines and the tuna fish. No sardines today. Thank you for that like, man. Yo, tell them boys a home story, OG. Hit the like button, Calvin. What kind of OG story do you want? What kind? Do you want a gangster chronicle? Do you want a gangster chronicle? You want a gangster chronicle? gotta push it all the way to the line now, man. I'm gonna push it all the way to the line. But I'll tell you a gangster chronicle, man. A gangster chronicle is how Charlie Kirk went out, man. Charlie Kirk despised gangbanging. He despised gangbanging in Chicago. He was from Chicago. But yeah, he was taken out like a gang member. He was taken out like a gang member. It wasn't no drive-by, but it was an assassination shooting. It was an assassinating shooting, man. Graphic, violent, nasty. It was nasty, man. And it was like, remember, the question that he was asked was about mass shootings and all type, and then he got taken out, man. Right? He got taken out. But when I seen that his wife forgave that kid, oh man, that's harsh. That is harsh. She's a real true Christian in the heart. Now look, I'm gonna say this, right? Being that this is my platform and I like to stir the pot a little bit. Me personally, I think she just said that for the, you know, because it's the politically correct thing to say. Because I'm like, one of the people that was in the chat, man, I don't think I could do that. I don't think she could do that because now she's a widow, right? With 2 children, right? Her children and her have to grow up and live with that, man. That's never going to be erased, man. Right? That's never going to be erased. That moment was documented, man. Why are we discussing politics? Well, what is your name? Naughty Noodles? Naughty Nobodies? You don't have to be over here, brother, sister. You know you do have options. You do have options, man. Let's talk about music. I don't want to talk about music. Go, listen, I'm pretty sure there's somebody online right now going live talking about music. You can go over there. There you go. You know you do have options, man. You're a strong black man. I'm a strong cowboy. Yeehaw. I'm a strong cowboy. Hold on. Wait till I get off this main road, man. I'm on the main road right here, man. So I gotta monitor my bearings. But when I get off this main line, I'll see what you're talking about, man. I'll see what you're talking about. Chat, what up, man? Yo, chat, what up? Chat. Whitewash. Yo, they own me. Nah, they don't own me. Yo, listen, if they own me, man, I'll be on. If they own me, I would be on, brother. I wouldn't be talking to this you. I'll be on. They don't own me. If they own me, I would have major sponsorships. I would be on, brother. What you mean? They own you. That's why they sent you over here, right? You want to come over here and talk music. What is music doing for you right now? You want to talk music. You told me I was talking politics. I was talking what's trending. I think they own you, brother. My brother, you said you're black, right? So my black brother, they own you. You said I was whitewashed. I think you're whitewashed. They sent you over here. Yeah, they sent you over here to to mess up the dialogue right now, man. You got like a computer animated emoji as your picture. You claim to be a black man on the internet. You want to talk music, right? Yeah, you want to talk music. What about music do you want to talk? Go find a music live. $13 in the bill. Let's get 10 likes in here, man. Let's get the likes up, man. Get the likes up, man. I already did this roll right here. Get the likes up, man. Malik, what up, man? Yeah, this guy wanted me to talk music, man. Yeah, Malik, did you see the yesterday was the press conference, man? That shit, man. The guys was out there covering it, man. Tank Davis and Jake Paul. That was the presser was yesterday, man. I'm seeing content out on it, but I don't really know what to discuss about that, man. Like coming off the Canelo Crawford fight, that's why I had to talk a little Canelo Crawford. I had to remix some of my content. But the Jake Paul, the Jake Paul Tank Davis thing. Look, that's not my cup of tea, but I'm not gonna knock nobody. And I'm not one of these content creators that, if that is trending, I'm gonna do some content on it and try to do views. And if I really don't have nothing, like I said, man, if I don't have nothing positive to really say or pick from it, I don't really want to speak on it. To me, like I said, I think they're gonna do a great job. But I just think that, like, Tank is doing him, and a lot of his diehard fan supporters, like the knockdown dude, man, he's hurt. Like, I'm gonna talk about him, right? He did a whole live stream about questions that he wanted people to ask, right? Why didn't you go there and ask those questions? Knockdown, right? And I'm speaking of Knockdown 87 or whatever his name is, Knockdown 187. Why didn't you go to the presser, right? You're so successful as a content maker and whatever you do in boxing. You should have been there, right? Now I don't work for the white man. I work for the government. If the white man is the government, I guess so. I work for the government, man. I'm a municipal. Yeah, they just zapped all my listeners, man. That was some foul-ish. I'm over here now, y'all. That's a lot of leaves. Damn. That's a lot of leaves over here, y'all. I gotta do this block right here, Seneca. Seneca. See, that's why I got that main out the way. That main line. This is our Stego. Our Stego's gonna turn into CNET. This is Dix Hills Village over here, y'all. There we go. My listeners are back, man. What happened, man? Yo, I don't know what. Yo, listen, man. It was a lot of y'all up in here. I went from about 15 to 0 like that, man. It's like, yo, they just zapped everybody up out of here, man. What was that about, YouTube? Was that because I started talking boxing? I started talking boxing, so you just zapped everybody up out of here? Or was it because I exposed that guy? And I was like, yo, these dudes don't be having no real motion. I think that's what it was. Cause I was like, yo, this guy, the only reason I'm exposing him is because he told me I was unsuccessful. He said I was unsuccessful, but I still yet to see him covering a boxing event. As much boxing as he talks, right? I have yet to see him still cover a boxing event. He did a heartfelt, it was like a heartfelt, emotional fan letter. It was like a letter to Tank Davis. And I was like, damn, brother, you so successful. You do all these views and your channel is so big. Why aren't you covering the event? Why aren't you out there covering the event? You make money. You generate a lot of money. Jimmy, what's going on, Jimmy? How you feeling, good brother? I'm just addressing this emotional Tank Davis YouTube boxing channel, right? He was so emotional. He did a heartfelt Dear Tank letter in his car. He wanted the people yesterday in NYC to ask all of these questions. And my whole thing is like, damn, brother, why don't you go do it? Since your channel is so big and you're so successful, you should have been in New York for that, man. You should have been out there on the front lines. Because you're successful, you get money. So you should have took a flight, covered the press conference, and been back in Texas. But nah, you don't come outside. You was right where you belong at. Like the weirdo you are, sitting in your car, talking about, oh yeah, they watch me. Yeah, everybody watches everybody. But why aren't you at the event? You was shout out to Usher Raymond. Usher got this song, man. I'll be your groupie, baby. Cause you are my superstar. I'm your #1 fan. Give me all the that was you. You was in your car, venting. Yo, you need to ask him these questions no, you should have been there and asked him that. Since your channel was so successful and you do all these things in boxing, why wasn't you there? You know why you wasn't there? Because you were just like the rest of these jealous ass content creator fans with no motion. You have no motion, brother. You base what you do off of other weirdos sitting around listening to you or coming on your panel. That's nothing. Turkey has exposed you niggas. You niggas don't support boxing because if you really did, you would have put your money where your mouth is. All that yapping you do, all that you talking about, I'm more successful than you. You should have had your successful ass in New York City. You should have had your successful ass on a flight. You should have had your successful ass with credentials at that presser. But you don't have that type of success. You are an online sucker. Yeah, you're a sucker. Right? That sits online and talks. But when you gonna walk the walk? Yeah, I said it. When you gonna walk the walk? You did a heartfelt Dear Tank letter in your car. In your car. Like an emotional girl. You was an emotional girl. Oh, ask this question, ask that question. You should have been there and asked it. All the time, Chubbs. All the time. Nah, most of these dudes are scammers. Yeah, they're scammers, right? You generate all this money off your channel. If you generating all this money off your channel a month, yeah, that shit should have been a slice of cheese off the top for a flight and a ticket. And you should have been right there covering that event. Right? Your channel, look, your channel and the people that support your channel paid you for that. But these guys, like I said, man, these guys are felonious capers. Never say never. Appreciate the 9 likes. Let's get to one more like. Let's get 10 likes up, man. You see, we get into this motion over here. There's a lot of debris in these gutters. All right, nobody's behind me, so I'm gonna make my maneuver. Look, I'm gonna make my maneuver. I'm gonna make my maneuver. You see me? There we go. 10 likes. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. But yes, Tank Davis and Jake Paul had their presser yesterday. But this ain't about them. I just aired out what I need to air out after I seen that emotional girl. He did an emotional video in his car crying out to Tank. Maybe you get Tank on your platform. Get him on your platform. You know a couple of his peoples. That's how that works. If you're really who you say you are and you have that much success, you can get him on your platform. You can get him on your platform, but we know you can't do that. Uh-oh. All right, let's address it. He said, sometimes I feel like black women trapped in a white man's body filled with Krispy Kreme. Oh, that's kind of weird. That is weird. I don't get that. I don't get that. Break that down more, man, before I get the moderators to shoot you up out of here. So a black woman, that's a nice Escalade. You got it. You got it, soldier. Look, she got the nice Escalade. They got a lot of money over here, man. Well, I got that block too. I got to get to that. Yeah, there's a lot of leaves over here. You see these leaves? You see these leaves? Please look up which parents' genes are said to be more significant to function, especially in males, and which racial group allegedly, man. What is your name? All right, I'm gonna show you a comment. They sending them over here now. They sending them over here. But that has nothing to do with the topic. But I'll look that up though. Thank you for dropping that gem over here. But back to the topic, man. Charlie Kirk's wife say she forgives the shooter. She forgives him. But I don't think he's gonna get any sympathy in court. I don't think he's gonna get any sympathy in court. Right? He took out old Charlie. Look at all these leaves over here, y'all. So this is bad. A lot of sycamores, man. When I go back to the yard, I gotta get my rag. I gotta get my rag. I left my rag. I left my rag. I need my cowboy rag. Cause if I open up this window right now, right? These sycamores is gonna tear me up, man. They're gonna tear me up, man. See, my neck don't look that bad. I'm not gonna go down there yet. I'm gonna finish here in Otsego. Let's look at all these leaves on Otsego. This is Otsego. But yo, my question to the chat is, if y'all can put it in the chat, man. Would you have forgave the shooter for killing your significant other? Do you have that much Christianity in your heart? She's a Christian. And that is the Christian way to do it, right? Do you have that much Christianity in your heart where you would have forgave the murderer of your spouse? Would you have forgave them? Would you have forgave them? That's because she got all the money. That's why she forgave him. Oh, man. White girl magic is firing the darts off. Well, you think the money? She got the money with the insurance policy on him? But I'm pretty sure he had insurance and things like that. But she forgave. I think she forgave him because she's a Christian. And I think that's what Charlie wanted her to do. And I think also because, look, by her doing that, it turned it up, man. People are talking about this, man. People are talking about this. She's also the CEO now. Oh, CB. CB said this is a giant vacuum on wheels. Yes, the street sweeper. It is. This is my horse, though, CB. Don't talk about my horse like that. Look, don't talk about old girl like that. Yeehaw! It's all right, girl. It's all right. He don't know. You ain't a vacuum. You called her a vacuum. She felt some type of way, man. She said she's not a vacuum. Now this is a good plow area over here. If you got this plow area over here, rest in peace to my man Smalls. Yeah, this used to be me and Smalls' area. Ain't no hills over here. It's all flats. And then you got the park down here, right? I'm gonna show y'all the park. You got the park down here on the other end where you can sleep at. And you don't gotta worry about nobody calling up on you. Go turn, man. What is this guy doing? Look. This guy was all behind me. See, I had to watch him. See, that's why you gotta watch your mirrors. He was all behind me. Right? You stay in your mirrors. But you got the park on the other end over there where you can rest up at overnight. You ain't gotta worry about the people calling up like, man, he got the truck running. Hell yeah, the truck is running. You think I'm gonna turn this truck off and freeze? He said, living with hate in your heart isn't good for the... Oh, man, great, yo. Man, that was a great breakdown. You mind if I pin that, Chubb? Look. She did the Christian thing to do, though, man. I think, too. I think that's what Charlie would have wanted to do. She set for life behind his murder. Of course. Why wouldn't she be? Like I said, I'm pretty sure he had insurance. But not only is she set for life, I'm pretty sure that Charlie has supporters that are going to support her, right? And they're going to watch his children grow, right? So I dig it. Smash that like button, man. I'm going to try to give y'all a good hour this morning. Nothing too long. Nothing too long. Now you see the leaves are going to keep coming, right? Because this is the Sycamore area. But this road right here is pretty much good. Now I'm going to take it around to Seaman Neck. Look, this is Seaman Neck. Seaman Neck ain't that bad. Seaman Neck ain't that bad. Lady, go in your house, man. Go in your house, lady. Go in your house. These people come outside. Well, I'm going to double back around. I want y'all to see this lady, right? I want y'all to see this clown lady. She's a clown. Like, go in your house, lady. Go in your house. Look, I'm going to show you the clowns. Yo, the clowns always come out, right? Just like the YouTube clowns come out. Yo, the clowns come out and try to show you how to do your job, right? Lady, I know what I'm doing, right? So you break it down into sections. But this lady was out. Watch how I do her now. Watch how I swerve on her, right? You got all of this stuff in front of your driveway, but you're pointing in front of your driveway, right? Look, let me show you the house. I'm gonna show you the house. You see, look, she got all of these things to tell the people to turn. To tell the people to turn. You see all these things right here? She's pointing in front of her driveway, right? Look. She's pointing in front of her driveway, right? See, she got rocks and roadblock, right? But she's trying to tell me how to do my job, right? Which I'm killing. Look, she got a barn. She got a lot of property. She has money. So people that usually have money, they feel entitled. See, so she feels entitled. But she's trying to tell me how to do my job, right? Look. Now look at that curb line. Don't that curb line look good, right? Don't it look like I got over there? Look, right? You see? You see? Don't it look like I got over there already? Right? But that's how you do. When you see them come out, you just double back. You'll be like, what are you talking about? See how I just did her? See how I just did her? Right? But she came out waving in front of her driveway. Like, lady, I did over there. But I'll double back. I'll double back. But yeah, Charlie Kirk's killer. I don't think just because the wife has sympathy for him, I don't think the judicial system is gonna have no sympathy for him. They're not gonna have no sympathy for him. Alright? What do y'all think, man? See, it ain't that bad up here. It's bad on the other side right there. I'm gonna get in that gutter over there. That's where the sycamores are at. Sycamores. Yeah, you know there's no school today, right? It's a Jewish holiday. So I think I may go do a recording tonight, man. Depending on how I feel. I may go do a recording, right? Because I don't have to go get Coach Reed tonight. Normally I have to go get Coach Reed from school. So if I don't have to go get Coach Reed, I may squeeze in a recording tonight, y'all. I may squeeze in a recording. But yeah, but did y'all catch me in the gym last night? I got a round in on the heavy bag. I didn't want to get in the kids' way, man. But I'll make up for it this weekend. I think I might be full, man. I'm gonna double back around real quick right here. I think I might be full, man. See, I try to get as much on as I can, cause it is a hike and a half to go dump, man. It's a hike and a half. Look at this big castle right here. See, these people got castles. Now this is a nice house. Oh, let me show you. Look, this is a nice big castle right here. Look, see how big this house is? It's a castle. But I know it's a lot of money to keep that motherfucker warm in the wintertime. It looks good right now. And in the wintertime, if that ain't gas, and a lot of these houses over here is oil. Oh my God, I know his bill is crazy. Crazy. That's a beautiful home right there. That was a beautiful home right there. Does he, Malik? Does he? I don't think he got the boxing world in a frenzy. He just got his fan base. Yo, look, because his fan base, I don't think he got the boxing world in a frenzy. He got his fan base that was programmed to, think that he was like, he was that guy when it came to getting the bread. He's exposed right now because he had to go get with Jake Paul to really get the bread, bro. I think that's what he got. He got exposed. He got in a frenzy because remember, the narrative was, right, that Tank Davis was the money guy, man. He was the money guy, man. Well, that's kind of exposed now, man. That's kind of exposed. We are, look, those that know what's really up. Those that know what's up, in denial know what's up, right? But it's up. Like, he had to go get with Jake Paul, man, to secure that, man. He wasn't gonna make the money fighting Lamont Roach. But everybody was online always talking, yo, man, Tank is the it's exposed now, man. But like I said, I'm not mad at the brother. Make your money, man. You gotta do what you gotta do, like he said at that press conference. He's doing this for his kids. They come from different environments. Somebody should have wrote Tank a better what's in it. We come from different environments. Thank you. We come from different environments, but we all doing it for the same reason. And he's right. He's right. Get your money. Now look, I knocked out both of these roads right here. I gotta go dump though. Look at this castle right here. This is the castle. Y'all see this castle? That's a rhinestone cowboy castle right there. It's the Game of Thrones. It's the Game of Thrones. He said he definitely was, but Turkey came around. Nah, yo, more than Turkey, man. He wasn't, yo, the jig is up, Malik. He was getting big M's, but he wasn't like with these dudes be online talking, right? That's why I exposed that shit with what they try to say. Terrence Crawford only made $10 million, right? Niggas sound stupid. That's because they've been the program dummies forever, right? How does he make $25 million fighting Earl Spence, and the gate was only 20-something million, right? But now he's gonna have a gate with Canelo Alvarez and only make 10 million, and the gate was double that, and the money, like, man, niggas is crazy, man. But that's the YouTube boxing. You know, these guys are the content, logistic experts, the content advisors, all of that. But I ain't mad at Tank. Get your money, man. You know Jake Paul is that guy. You're gonna secure the biggest bag. And I'm gonna do in front of this lady's house one more time. Then I gotta take a major hike to go dump, man. Yo, look, you see she ain't come back out, right? Look. Yo, she was out here waving me down. Yo, look, she was waving me down over here. Like, what are you talking about, lady? You was waving me down. You got all this shit out here. You was waving me down. Look. She got the graveyard in front of her shit, look. She was waving me down like I missed in front of her property. I'm a rhinestone cowboy. Look. She was waving me down. Now I'm gonna start picking off these side blocks. All these sides over here now. When I come back, I'll pick off the sides, y'all. Yeehaw! Giddy up. Thank you for that like, whoever that was. Appreciate you. Yeah, Tank got the diehard Tank supporters looking crazy, man. They looking crazy, man. Your man. Yeah, he did a emotional cry out in the car, man. Yeah, he was in the car, right? See that? Yeah, YouTube is crazy, man. Yeah, YouTube content creators, a lot of them are like emotional fans with channels. Yo, Tank hurt a lot of them, man, taking that Jake Paul fight, because they were programmed crash dummies, right? Tank been fighting for that money, man, right? Like, see, you respect it, Malik, because you have a hustler's mentality. So you respect it. But a lot of Tank Davis' other fans, they were controlled by the wrong narrative. So now they're mad, right? They're mad and they can't understand. Nah, you know why you can't understand? Because you guys always thought Tank was getting more money than what he was getting. And he wasn't. He wasn't. See, Turkey really exposed him. But you niggas were so, like I said, y'all was so Al Heyman fanned out that y'all missed it. Y'all missed it. What's their been trying to give him that money, right? Well, he was on this AB. Yeah, he was on this AB. Yeah, he was on this AB. He was on this you know, the PBC shit, like they getting all the money. Al Heyman's check. But you know what happened was, like Malik said, yo, Turkey been in the game for a while now. A lot of other players is getting big money. They getting big money. So that narrative is null and void. how far I gotta go. Oh man. My man back over here, Beetlejuice. Another Beetlejuice supporter's over here. Another Beetlejuice supporter. You're a Beetlejuice supporter? You're a Beetlejuice supporter, huh? Nah, I wish, man. I wish I was with Howard Stern, man. I wouldn't be here. Maybe you can get me on Howard Stern, man. I wouldn't be here. He's in the sickle ball. Man, now I didn't find a job. I got a career there, brother. I got a career, but I'm not Beetle. I told you, it's a hike and a half to go dump all the way out there, man. That's why you need a truck, man. I be needing a truck, man.